Hey y'all, good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening, good day to each and every one of you. Once again, I am Jewel Wilson Murphy and I am here with All Photos Considered. Remember, we are here to meet your photo or your media need. If you call All Photos Considered and mention me, Jewel Wilson Murphy, you will receive 10% off your media need. And so get excited about that, because remember, there's so many things that are going on. Children are going to proms. People are getting ready to graduate from high school. So you will need pictures, recordings. So All Photos Considered is where your media need can be met. And so again, good morning. I greet you, and I'm so glad that you're here. And you know, the last few weeks we've been kind of talking about just being able to take care of yourself, self-care, and just kind of doing it. Whatever the it is, just kind of doing it. And as we walk into the month of April, April is National Stress Awareness Month. National Stress Awareness Month. So today, I want to ask you a question. What is it that you do to alleviate stress? That's question number one. Number two is, what do you do to avoid stress? Because I was in a class last night and it talked about levels of stress. And the thing about it is, how do we alleviate stress? How do we avoid stress? On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your stress level? Well, I want to remind you that when I was here last week, I said to you all that I was going to take a trip. And that trip was, I wanted to just fly somewhere, anywhere, and have lunch and come back. Well, guess what? I did that. And that was such an exciting time. It was fun. Why? Because I did what I wanted to do. There was no stress, no real agenda necessarily. The thing that I wanted to do was just have lunch. And I did that. I got a lot of good feedback about when you get there, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? But my goal was to get on the plane, fly to Atlanta, have lunch, and return home. And I did that. No stress, no issues. It was fun. It was exciting because I did what I wanted to do. And so I just believe as we're in this season and as we walk through the month of April, and you all remember this segment that we're talking about, or kind of highlighting, if you will, stress awareness. Be aware of those things and those circumstances that remind you that it's going to be a stressful situation. You don't have to say yes if you know it's going to be stress. You don't have to go if you know that it's going to cause you some anxiety and or stress. You'll see some of the things that I was able to do. Well, the one thing, of course, was just having lunch, but even the flight was just calm. Even once I got to the airport and I was able to navigate my way through, and I had such a blessing because I was going to catch Uber for the first time in my life. And by the time I tried to figure it all out with my son's help, I got a phone call from my BFF sister who said, I'll pick you up. And we went out to the restaurant. The food was absolutely amazing, no stress. The ride to the airport from home, no stress. It was so calm then. And so I'm sharing this with you, and you'll see some photos from that trip that shows you that all we have to do is to take care of ourselves. I'm not going to tell you won't have any stress at all, because you will. But from the number from 1 to 10, it doesn't have to be an 8, 9, or 10. It can be a 1 or a 2. It's how we do things. The main focus as we continue this journey is I want us to be reminded we have hurts, we have hang-ups, and we have habits sometimes that causes stress in our lives. And as we chit and we chat, we always want to bring a resolution to those things that we are concerned about. Concerned about your children? Write in a journal. I said that a couple weeks ago. Concerned about your money? You got more months than money? Let's get into a class where there's some budgeting information that you can do. You got some stresses going on, you really need to talk to someone. It's really okay, y'all, to talk to people, to talk to therapists, to do whatever. I know I kind of come back around to talking and journaling and those things, but those things are holistic, and we have some hurts and we have some hang-ups and habits that keep us from tapping on the shoulders of those people that can help us alleviate stress. I'm telling you, my trip to Atlanta just for lunch was stress-free. Where will I go? Will I do it again? I don't know. But if that's what I want to do, stress less, that's what I'm going to do. So I just am so glad that you're here with us. Once again, all photos considered, meeting your photo need. That can be stress less for you, because all you got to do is pick up the phone and call and let him know what you need. I know that in the hustle and bustle of things, as we're preparing our children for prom, graduation, baby dedications, whatever, sometimes it's stressful just to know where to tap on the shoulders of that person that can take care of those media needs. Stress less. All photos considered can meet your photo needs. Hey, don't forget, please like, share, and subscribe below. I really want to hear from you. I really want to know what you do to alleviate stress and what you do to avoid stress. And also comment about what you think about my one-day trip just to have lunch in Atlanta. Please, y'all, have a great week. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the day that I am going to flying out to have lunch. Yep, flying out to have lunch. Where? Well, we'll see. And just like that, we've landed in Atlanta. I think it's spa time, massage time, then lunch time. Tell me what y'all think. Okay, y'all, I had to put on this sweater. It's cold out here. Yeah. So anyway, I'm about to get in my ride and head to lunch. That's the whole mission for this trip, is lunch. Okay, my ride is calling.